I call the Honourable Member Alfred Nara. Kia ora ana.
Kia ora ana, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise. Mitaki mata, Mr. Speaker. I rise and take a call on this third reading of the Electoral Amendment Bill number 2. And Mr. Speaker, first I want to acknowledge the Local Government Minister, the Honourable Chris Tremaine, for his fine work and his leadership. And also too, I want to acknowledge the two chairs of the Justice and Electoral Select Committee, the Honourable Member Tim McIndoe, who then handed over the baton to the Honourable Member Scott Simpson as well. So it's great that we've had great leadership. And I think just as the Honourable Member Dennis O'Rourke shared that it was a good working party and a select committee that worked well together, and hence the reason why we've got overwhelming support, bar the Greens that we know that it won't be supporting this, but overwhelmingly there is support for this bill. Mr. Speaker, this bill for the government is improving transparency of local electoral donations and bringing the local electorate law closer in line with the Electoral Act. It's improving transparency and will help build public trust. Mr. Speaker, we know that it's important out there that we know constituents are keen to ensure that they do trust both the process and also the people in whom they would like to elect into those leadership roles. The local electoral reforms are in tandem with National's better local government reforms, and we are modernising how local government is run and how it is elected. Mr. Speaker, the purpose of this bill is threefold, and it improves the provisions for the conduct of local elections, increases transparency and accountability in relation to candidate donations, and particularly anonymous donations, and strengthens the integrity of the local electoral system. Mr. Speaker, there were some comments about this being the John Banks bill, but Mr. Speaker, we do know that both major Auckland mayoral candidates were able to receive substantial anonymous donations under Labour's legislation, and these changes will improve transparency. The changes introduced last year around the setting of ward boundaries, information provided by candidates, streamlining of vote processing and other areas reflect the recommendations from the Justice and Electoral Committee's inquiry into the 2010 local elections. Mr. Speaker, just a minor technical issue in the provision that we did have some debate in the Select Committee was just around candidates for local elections must provide more information, including whether they live in the area or if they are seeking election to more than one position. This becomes important, Mr. Speaker, in that it allows for constituents to be aware of the candidates, whether they are local candidates. But the debate was also about acknowledging their resident of address, and we were clear that we needed to provide protection as well as raising awareness as well. So we think we've come to a good balance. Mr. Speaker, this is a good bill. We think it does address the issues of transparency, and most importantly, it gives trust to the constituents. We look forward to the elections in October for all local bodies up and down the country. Mr. Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.
I call the Honourable Member Phil Twyford.